cord to this computer. Alrighty. Yeah, y'all were able to make it through all of the relabeling of the old graph paper files, the profiles and plan views. So thanks for getting that done. Appreciate it. And we're in the middle of I wanted to do this meeting a little bit earlier today because we've got a meeting with architectural teams that have submitted RFPs for the restoration of the temple. So I'm gonna have to jump on those at 1 o'clock. So I wanted to give plenty of time for this. But what I wanted to do, and so given the work that y'all are doing, it's very relevant to what we're doing right now because these are units that were around the temple from the 1990s. But what I've done is I've gotten all the units organized into folders and all the paperwork into those folders. And basically, what we need to do is have y'all relabel essentially the stratum cards and the few photos that exist. For some of these units, but most of the work is relabeling stratum cards, so it'll be pretty straightforward, and I think the work will go pretty quickly. Um, and then after that, what I'll have you all do is we'll see how long that takes. If it, hopefully that'll be done before Thanksgiving, and then we can do another Zoom session on digitizing all these into GIS, which would be great. So we can go ahead and just jump right in. I've got way too many screens open. Let me close some of these so I don't confuse my poor computer. Close all tabs. I got a bunch of drawings of the temple open. And then account books from, I'm going to hold on to those because I don't know what I've opened up with the account books from the blacksmith shop. But I will go ahead and share screens here and move you all to the adjacent screen. And you all should be able to see the 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 record renaming screen right here. Can you all see that?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So this is going to be the main guide that you all use for relabeling the records. Let me see if I've got, yeah, this is the right one. And I've adapted this for the 1990s units for 1990s units at Temple. Um, And like the other guides, this has the links for the main house map. I'm updating this map right now. And actually, I was just working on this. I'm going to save this as North Yard 1990s. Um, and then let me make sure this can be shared. Share map, manage sharing, everybody save. All right. So I'm going to put this link into this guy. Let me see. This is the old one. Digitizing model. Yeah, so this is the one. So for this one, let me fix this. All right. And I will go ahead and put this into the chat. But I'll email this to you all as well because I just finished this up. I've been working on this morning, but I'll email this to you all as well. But for this, the units we're working on, of course, are all right here. So these are the units. These are the MT units, as well as um, let's see if this contains. All right, for some reason, the alphanumeric units aren't popping up in this. Let me get rid of something. Clear all. Yeah, these alphanumeric units are in this as well. And I'm going to work on the filter for this. So the only thing will come up are the 1990s units. So it'll just make it easier because a lot of these units from the they reopened in 2017 overlap with the 1990s units and gets a little confusing. But I'm going to leave this on here for right now, um, just so you can see what we've got. And I'll fix the query the the unit what units are shown in this map. But some of these units, as you can see, like these 130s go out towards where Walnut Hollow is, where we excavated this year, and there's even some units out here in Walnut Hollow. So there's a whole range of units that are out in this area. And what I've done is I've got a folder for 1990s units, and this is all the units we're going to be working on. There's a few more units that I need to find the stratum cards for, these MT50s, and I was able to identify these from the plan views and photos that you all were able to relabel. So I'm going to get to those. I'm hoping to go over to the school and barn today and collect those. But these right here, what we're going to be doing is relabeling all these. And I've got a strata list for all these. Um, I don't know if any of y'all remember Eric Schweikert. I think I talked about Eric the last time. He was an archaeologist here in the early 2000s, 2000 teens. He did a stratum list for everything that was excavated in the 90s, which was a huge help. And so just like normal, let me fix this. So view, freeze, one row, so that when you do your go to relabel things, you'll put your initials and then any kind of notes in there. And then if like for BC, oh, I see a problem already. These are not in alphabetical order. I'll fix this and put this in alphabetical order. I'll fix this. Let me make notes of what I need to do here. Without pulling my CPU off the wall here. All right. Get in my notebook here. To do fix 1990s map index strata Google Sheet. All right. Um, But as you relabel, do a unit folder, you'll go in with each one and then relabel it. And then if there's a stratum card that doesn't appear on the list, then you'll just insert one in. So like if there was one that was missing, you could put it in like so. Um, but so for this, what we'll do is we'll go in here and we can go ahead and we'll look at 120. So like normal, if you are working on a unit folder, you should claim that folder by renaming it and just put IP in progress and then your initials. So this one, everybody will know I'm working on this. And so, because you wouldn't want to have the same person working on two people working on the same folder, it'd get kind of confusing. So this one right here, if you see something with in progress with the initials, just leave it alone. But for this one right here, this is one that is basically this folder has some good examples in here. You'll see that the name for these is MT 120 through 170. That's a universal name. I just applied to it to, give it an index order because these are in order of how they were in the index card book in the little filing cabinet. So it goes from A to B to C to D, and then D turns out this stratum card D, it had a back. And so this card right here is on the back of stratum D. And how we know that is when you look at the numbering system, page 4 is stratum D, page 5 is the next one, and that is the back of stratum D. So that's how you know that. And then stratum E is page 6. It has a back, so that's page 7. Page 6 is E, Page 7 is the back. Page 8 is stratum F. This is the back of F, which is F. And sometimes they would write what the stratum letter was on the back, but in this case they didn't, which is why I wanted to make sure these were kept in order. So for relabeling these, what we do is uh, you'll consult the guide for this. Is you'd basically go through this list of sequence of what to do. And some of these things apply, some don't, but just go through it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Um, and what we'll do is one of the first things you'll do when you're relabeling is you're going to want to start by looking up MT. This is 120 in the stratum list. And let's see, MT 120 is right here. And actually, I'm going to, uh, I'm just going to reorder these right now. So these should be good. MT 120, stratum A. Yeah, this is, okay, I've fixed this now, so they're in order. And so my initials are MBR. And then stratum A right here. So this tells me where I'm at on this. For this one, we'll double click on this. And what you'll see is the name of it is right up here. There's two ways you can relabel these. You can either click on it right here. I like this way because you can actually see the card in the background as you relabel it. So this will be MT120.A.CA. And so that's for the card. And then we'll go to the next one, and this will be MT120.B.CA. And you never want to change the extension, just leave that how it is. And then this one is MT120.C.CA. Okay. And then this one is MT120.D.CA. Okay. And then the next one is going to be the back of this card. And so this is going to MT120.D.CA2. And so for this one,
CA2. Mhm.
yeah, it'll be the CA2 means that it's the back of the card.
Yeah.
So, and now when you look at this, what you'll see is that these are in order by the card. And this one, what's great about this now is that for stratum C, we can see there's the stratum card, and then here's a plan view that shows stratum C. And then here's D, here's the back of the cards for D, it's a CA2, and then here's this same plan view, but it shows where the stratum D is, MT120D is. And so eventually what you'll get is everything will be relabeled, and we'll have a complete suite of of records in here. And if there are any photos, there's not a lot of photos in this. I'll complete this one later. Let me try to find one that has photos. BI1. Yeah. So here's one that has some photos attached to it. And so this one is this is a north wall profile. So this one, well, this would be a profile photo. And so for this, how you'd relabel this, and I'm just going to go and just relabel this. I'm not going to put my initials on uh, this, um, this unit folder, but just to show you how to do this, this is going to be BI1 dot underscore, and this is profile photo, and it's the north wall. And then, so that gets everything there. And what you'll notice is that now this one is up here, and it's got this corresponding, uh, this is the north profile right here. It's got actually has a corresponding drawing that goes with it, which is kind of cool. So that's why how we name these is they end up going all together, which is really nice. And then for the stratum cards here, this one, we relabeled this one bi1.a.ca and hit OK. And this one is bi1.b.ca. And this one has a back. So this is going to be bi1.c.ca2. And now when we go into this, what we can see is that shoot. Okay, that was B. Oopsie. Let me fix this. That was the back of strata card B. And if for some reason you ever mislabel something and you want to check and see what the old name is, if you go to activity, you can see that this is the old name right here. So this used to be page 18, and then this one is page 17. So I know they're in the proper order. So you can do that under, if this is gone right here, if you click the I, information tab comes up and this gives the details. But what you want to see is the activity. And this shows what happened to these files right there. So I think as you start this, it'll make sense. It's one nice thing about doing this is once you learn your way around the Google Drive, this comes in really handy for all the other processes, for digitizing and everything else. And let me see what other kind of photos are in here. It looks like all of these are profile photos. So this is the south wall. There's the west wall. This one is a plan view of bi1.r. And so this one, this would be relabeled as bi1.r.ph and that's for this is actually this is a closing photo because it says closed on there. So you'd want to put I think it's closing or is it closed?
I
Let's see.
think it's closing.
Yeah, pH closing. So pH is for the open photo, and that's what we always do now. Since like, I don't know, 2004, we always take opening photos for each strata. But in the old days, they used to take like selective photos, and it'd usually be for the closing of a strata. And so that's why we have a pH closing for the unit, or in this case, the strata. So this one is pH closing, and that's of stratum R. And so that's why that's like that. So, so this stuff is pretty straightforward. And now when we look at this, here's the R closing. And as you get into this, all these letters, strata letters right here, will have an accompanying card as you go through and relabel these guys. So, but I'll go ahead. Let me stop sharing screens. Um, and see if y'all have any questions on this. It's pretty straightforward stuff, and it's a matter of just getting in there and do it. And I do want to tell you all, if you do mess something up, it's not a problem. We have all this stuff backed up. So experiment. I mean, unless you start deleting whole directories, that would really suck, but I could reconstruct them. Just let it, take it as if you start deleting stuff, just don't delete anything. If you accidentally delete something, I can actually undelete it. And that's where using Slack is really good. And let me go into let me share a screen. Well, first, do you have any questions on this?
Uh, I have a question.
Yeah.
On that B1 there, I noticed there was one photo of some people sitting. I couldn't see it very well, but some pillars. It was in
Hmm.
the lower left-hand side of the car of the. And how would you want to do that one? I mean, because I'm not sure if that's what that was, because I couldn't see it very well. But
Yeah, that
you know what I mean?
is, I know what you mean. That's a nightmare. Like
That
this,
that one.
this is
Yeah,
like a photo of the hellscape that was out there. Um
yeah.
that I just leave it. This is I think the best we could do is this is probably
Oh, that looks like a plant.
yeah
Well, I don't know what that is exactly. Just
this I think is MT
an activity
120.
thing.
And then this one let's see, North Yard here, where is MT? Oh, we're on
This is
BI1.
yeah, one. Yeah.
Where is BI1? Oh, here's BI1 right here. So I think that here's BI1 and here's BC1. I think I think this is a photo looking towards Walnut Grove
Mhm.
from with the photographer's back as to the main house. And this is looking this way. In the foreground is BC1 and then BI1 is in the background. And so what you could do for that is just rename this one BI1 dot in progress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it would be a PH in progress. PH. And we do
PH
the dot
dot
underscore
PH
because there's no stratum
in
defined.
progress.
And what I'd also want to do with this one
Is that
is
dot or underscore? It's dot
it's
like
dot and then underscore.
dot underscore. Okay.
And what I probably want to do with this one, since you're asking, there, Dean, is I'm gonna
Yeah.
make a copy of this one since it shows BI2 or what
Uh-huh.
what is this one?
Oh,
It
yeah.
shows
Mhm.
BC1 as well. I'm gonna I'm gonna change this to BC1, and then we'll want to move this to BC1 and
Mhm.
BC. This will be, I don't know where this one went. All right, here it is, BC1, and I'm going to move this, organize, move, and I'm going to move this to 1990s paperwork, and I'll take care of that. That's now in this folder right here, which is the base folder. Oops, I dug on it. Uh, so it's now right here, and then BC2, BC1 is right here. So now it's moved right there. So there's all kinds of ways that you can work around in Google Drive, but you all should have full access to everything that's here and be able to, go around and look at some of these folders. Best thing to do is just explore. That's the best way to do it. Now,
Yeah.
I want to make sure you all are familiar, oh, first, before I go into Slack, anybody have any more questions about this? All right, awesome. What I want to do is go into Slack, because Slack is where we're having all the questions answered and addressed. So we'll go to Slack, and this is going to be in the relabeled category channel right here. So if you get a relabel right here, I'm going to write a note looking forward to seeing all of the 1990s unit folders being moved to complete. Thanks for working on this project. Here is the guide for relabeling. And I'm going to put the guide for relabeling here, copy link. right here. Yeah. And um, one thing as if you have questions, put them into the relabel channel because that's what we're doing right now is relabeling. When we start digitizing, what we'll do is we'll use the digitizing channel. And I think Beth has had some questions in here about finishing up the 2017 units from the temple, but we're using the relabel channel. And then there's a general one where I do general announcements in the general channel, but we'll work from the relabel one right here. And right now I can see, yeah, Tom, you've been checking in, and
Yes.
if everybody can use this, it'd be great. And you can see what other questions other folks have as well. Now, one thing is once you complete a unit, um, what you'll want to do is say if we had completed MT 120, this one right here, and I think I've almost did I complete this? No, I've got a few
Yeah, a
more that
couple. Yeah.
I got to do. Um, but we'll pretend that I completed this one. And what you'll want to do is go back up to the base directory. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and grab it and then just scoot it over here to completed. And then it'll be complete.
Right.
But if you're working on something, I'm going to move this back to the Ironworks folder right here. Move. So 120 is back here right now. If I was stumped on this and I had no idea what to do with these folders right here or these
Hmm.
files right here, what I would do is I would put in a note under Slack and say, "Hey Matt, the folder for MT 120 is giving me problems. Please help." And it's good if you put specifics in here. So like, I don't know what to do with strata card H, for instance. And then what you can do is, sometimes it'll take me a couple of days to get in here and answer questions, depending on what I'm doing, or we might do it on Friday afternoon, and I try to have some good boundaries at home on the weekends. Although I'll sometimes use my phone and check things. Um, but rather than being stuck on this and not doing anything, what you can do is then you can take this unit card right here
Put it
and
in
just move it
problems.
up to
Right.
exactly to problems.
Right.
And I'd much rather have something be in the problems than have it be complete and it have problems. Because if it's in the problems folder, sometimes I'll just go and check this. And then if there are problems, I'll know who was working on it. So this was MBR, and I'll text or send you a Slack message. What's going on? What questions do you have? Or even better, what I can do is I can just go into relabel and then do a search on MT 120, and then
Oh,
here it is right here. I can find it and know what was going on. So it's this makes things really efficient for figuring out what's happening with the life of some of these folders. Um, and I've got too many windows open here. Sorry, I'm going to close out some of these guys. Oh, did I just close out? I closed out the folder that I didn't
yeah,
want to
you
close out.
did.
Um,
Happens.
but this is why we've got this Google Doc that has everything in it. So the folder for 1990s units, that's right there. And so I'm going to move this MT120 back to the 1990s units. So now this is empty. And then, oh, I hate it when it does this. There you go. We're back here where all the folders are. And again, if for some reason you get lost in this and you're like, oh my God, I have no idea where I am, close out, go back to this Google Doc right here, and then you can just go to this link right here and it'll take you back home where you need to be. And that's why we've got this Google Doc right here is this has the map for the main house. This has the folder for the 1990s units. It's got the site report for the temple, and then the final thing is the strata sheet for the 1990s units, which is this one right here. So this is and again, I should have been putting in my initials here, MBR. I think we got up to stratum card D in the relabeling.
Right.
But this is this one is one-stop shopping for all that. And then one last thing for this unit renaming guide is I've highlighted the paperwork codes for what you'll need. So what's highlighted is what you'll need for the most commonly used ones for these 1990s units right in here. So it kind of gives you kind of a highlight of what to look for with this. So, but I think this stuff will go pretty quickly because a lot of these, okay, that one didn't have any unit cards. A lot of these just have like either three cards. Some of them even only have, keep on going to that one. Some of them only have like a couple of cards in them, and so not much whatsoever. So I think you'll get some real instant gratification with this process, and we'll probably really whip through this pretty quick. And what I'm going to be doing in the meantime is I'm going to make up a guide for digitizing, and so we might even next week meet and go over the digitizing guide. So we'll see how far you all get. But let me stop sharing screens here. Any questions on any of this?
Um, not specifically, no.
All right. Awesome. Well, appreciate you all working on this and hope things are going well for you all. And we're pretty much done in the field now. We are done in the field. We got all the units backfilled, the crew did, and got all the tents put away. So uh we're Tom, you were working a month ago, and Olivia, where you were back with the field school, it's all buttoned up and gonna start growing grass again. So but yeah, looking forward to and also we've got the schedule out for the 2026 field season. I'm going to be
Good.
sending, I'm
Yeah,
hoping
please. Yeah.
to send a MailChimp out this week that has a little bit more description on that. And then also we got the Perry match for the 2020 funding the 2026 season. And so we're raising funds for that as well. So if you can give to that, great. If you know anybody that wants to help out with that, send them our way because we need to raise $120,000 for funding next season. And we just identified, I was, I think I've told you all about the James Madison Senior ledger books. These are the ledger books for the blacksmith shop, and they're from the Revolutionary War period, and they list all the items that Moses and the blacksmiths were making, and then who they were being sold to.
Oh, cool.
So we've been making maps of this one volunteer, Ron. He's been digitizing in all the deeds for across Orange County, and been able to find the customers through the deeds. And so we're making a match between where these customers were in Orange County and the ledger book. And we've got a microfilm copy of that ledger book, but I was trying to find where the original one was, and I came across a reference to a ledger book at William and Mary for James Madison Sr. that dated to the American Revolution, and it's exclusively for items that he was selling to delegates of the state council and to um, Revolutionary War units, like the Continental Army units across the state. So it's this incredible reference. We just got it, and Ron is digitizing that. And so it's this kind of who's who of the American Revolution who is shopping at
Wow.
Moses's blacksmith shop. And so it's pretty cool. We're really
Yeah.
excited about that one. And this this so happens to coincide. We've been contracted with UVA to make GIS maps of the Madison papers during the Revolutionary War period. And so they're really excited about this project we're working on because at James Madison's home, we've got this blacksmith shop that's supplying the Continental Army. You can't get any more 250th,
True.
Revolutionary era than that. It's pretty sweet. So, some exciting stuff. And the units you all are working on, I mean, literally, they've, like I think BC1 had as one of the highest concentration of blacksmith items like clipped iron that I've seen in any unit. We've got that down in the basement right now, and we're going to be recataloging those items. So there's literally, when Moses and his blacksmiths that he was working with were creating items during the American Revolution, those clipped items are probably we're finding some of those items, the clipped iron from that work. So it's pretty cool. It's all this stuff is swirling together, which is really neat. So
Matt,
yeah,
one quick question. I know that they worked on wheelwrights and wagons and stuff like that. Did they work on armaments at all at Moses's blacksmith shop?
that's a good question, Tom. We have found two uh, hammers from flintlock muskets and pistols. And these lock mechanisms are something that could be made at a blacksmith shop because it's forging, but then it's a lot of filing. That's most of the work when you're working on creating the lock mechanism for a flintlock musket or pistol. So they're probably repairing these guns. Now,
Hmm.
we got to see in this ledger book whether or not there's any commission for doing any kind of armaments. This was not an armory. So and it wasn't there's no gunsmith noted as being at
Hmm.
Montpelier,
Okay.
but they're doing repairs. I mean, if you're a blacksmith and, Moses would have likely have been repairing, flintlock muskets. And that's what we're finding evidence for, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
Mostly what's referenced is axes and some nails, and we got to go through the books and see. Ron's
Cool.
transcribing these now, so
Very
we'll
cool.
we'll share those when we get them out.
Thank you.
Yeah. So some exciting stuff. So, well, thanks for you all working on this. Really appreciate it. And if you have questions, go ahead and put them into the Slack channel and just try your hand at it. Explore the Google Drive, see what's there. And when I send out the recording, I'll send the link to the guide for relabeling. And then while y'all are working on this, I'm going to work on the forms for entering all these strata cards in. So, and I think that's going to be for those of y'all that haven't done digitizing before, these cards are going to be a nice introduction because there's not a lot of information to enter. And I'm going to look at these and try to see how I can streamline the digitizing process for that. So, but anyways, well,
Great.
thank you all and look forward to seeing you all in Slack and seeing the progress. So,
Thank you.
all right, bye everybody. Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully we'll talk next
All
week
right.
before that. We'll see
No.
though.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, if we don't see each other, happy Thanksgiving. Bye you
Thank you.
all.
Bye. Bye.